Hello, wonderful, beautiful being. I want to tell you that you're a genius, you are special, you mean the world, and you are loved. Today's topic is receiving blessings. This really has to do with how to trust your journey, which is a video that I just previously released. But how to receive blessings. We all want to feel special. We all want serendipities. We all want blessings. And I'm going to be frank with you as I always am. To receive blessings, well, you have to believe in them. You have to make them. You have to see them. Life is 20% what happens to you and 80% what you see from what happens to you. So again, life is 20% what happens and 80% what you make out of this. Now, I understand that for many this doesn't sound like an answer to them because the end result of any interaction with our outer world is an emotion. So that's to say that if life is going my way, I'm happy. If life is not going my way, then I'm not happy. And then we know how the brain works. We know that in the brain, the largest neural network is made from a memory with the largest emotional quotient. That's our paradigm. That's where memories, unconscious thoughts come from, and that's really what governs our minds. We know that because of the size of the neocortex, every thought releases its respective hormones. If I am having thoughts, anxious thoughts about the future, whether it be how to pay my rent, who am I going to go out with on a date, what am I going to wear, I don't have enough money. Right now, in the present moment, I embody those hormones just by thought alone. And likewise, on the flip side, if if the brain presents to me a memory of the past that is not pleasant, most of the time, right now, depending on how emotionally charged this memory is, it can make me sad, fearful, feel anxiety, and it's not even occurring. So what answers do we have in life? You know, the reason why we are the most advanced animal on the planet is because our innate, our system, our intelligence, this is our brain, our physiology is built to keep us away from danger, keep us away from survival, and be able to remember and be able to grow out of these situations. Well, what is that? What is this amazing mechanism that we call the brain and our physiology, our intelligence do? If you don't accept to use it, if you don't accept to investigate how it is the brain works, about our nervous system, your autonomic nervous system that is made up of your parasympathetic and your sympathetic nervous system, then we don't have an answer. Our best answer is keep your head held high, be an optimist, always smile, always be positive. But the thing is, life is always happening to us. It doesn't matter if we're conscious of it. You can go to sleep right now. Please don't, but you can go to sleep. Life is still happening. There is still life going on. So what does this mean? Well, if we don't know, if we don't understand how this body works, we're not going to be able to see blessings. Well, how does this body also work? Well, we have an intelligence that knows how to keep us away from dangerous situations. What is this mechanism? What does it do? Well, the moment that you are in survival, you are releasing, you're living through stress hormones. Whenever all of your attention is in your outer world, then your brain takes a snapshot. That's called a refractory period. The goal to the human is to lessen your refractory periods. Well, what happens when all of your attention is pointing at your outer world? The brain takes a snapshot. Depending on the size of the emotional quotient associated to the experience with your outer world, determines how big, how large of a neural network will be created in your brain. And this isn't then going to determine how often you're going to remember this, because you're a human being. If you're not consciously sending signals of thoughts, a vision of the future, emotions you want to feel, your brain only has its memory. It has to pick experiences that it knows. Again, if you're not giving yourself thoughts, if you're not painting a vision of the future, using your imagination. If you're not using your heart to cultivate an elevated emotion, the only information that is being presented to your conscious thought that is now audible is coming from your unconscious, is coming from previous experiences. And 9 out of 10 times, these aren't positive experiences. And if they are, if you've lived a perfect life, then the question still stands. Do you want to grow? Do you want to create new, amazing experiences, or do you want to keep recreating the past ones? Because if you believe your thoughts are connected to destiny, then, well, let's look at science. We have 50 to 70,000 thoughts in one day. So you get up, you go to the work, you drive the same way, you see the same people, you kind of eat in a certain range, a certain spectrum, that your actions and your hobbies are pretty limited. You kind of do the same things. If you're doing the same thing physically every single day, literally, we get up and we check our phone, we take a shower, we brush our teeth the same way, we grab coffee, we grab tea, we eat almost the same food. If you're doing most of the same things on an everyday basis, and you're not using your conscious to use your imagination, your heart to create thought, third eye, electrical sensations, then you are literally repeating the same day. Because every place you go, every interaction with every person, with everything, creates a neural network. If you physically have to live the same life, then the answer for you is to use your non-physical dimensions, which we can create words, which we call thought. We can use the brain to create numbers. We can use the imagination. We can use the heart to cultivate an elevated emotion. How to receive blessings. It's very important you understand your physiology. You have to understand what trauma is. You have to understand where our unconscious thoughts come from and how they're not serving us. We have to accept that we are physical and not physical. Like I once was. I used to believe the best human being, the full potential, is by not thinking, is by not using my intellect, is by not using my non-physical dimensions. But we are a two-sided coin. We are physical, at least the appearance of physical, and literally not physical. So to be a full human being, you have to take both sides of the coin and live out a two-sided life. I mean, we have to pair our thoughts, our emotions with actions, and coupling these two, we're going to be able to see more, because it's no longer about where I am physically in my space-time reality, but it's how I'm going to use a time-space reality to create right now love. It could be through thoughts. It could be through imagination. The best way I found to do this is by cultivating an elevated emotion. You start becoming more conscious. Well, you're going to learn that I am a creator. And I'll tell you what, you don't believe me that you are a creator? Locked away in your DNA is the memory, is the intelligence of the creation process. You eat a banana, and that banana is going to become who you are today or tomorrow. So what is this? Inside our DNA, inside our cells, we have the intelligence. The creation process is constantly flowing. So the more conscious you become, at the point of contact, the energy contacts our body, and you're being conscious, you're directing that energy to where you want. If it's by using thought, if it's by using imagination, if it's by cultivating an elevated emotion, you will then begin to feel blessed. You will say, wow, right now I feel good, because right now I can tell myself, and beyond that, I can make myself feel good. This is the best way that I have found to create serendipities, to create love. I lost count of how many perfect days I've had. What I call a perfect day is I've been creating my emotional state for an extended period of time. That to me is being invincible. The power to not allow external or internal situations to govern my state of being. That's what I call being invincible. And using the heart, you can do this as well. And that is my passion, and that is my message for you. I hope that this video has been to your liking. I hope it has motivated you to jump into yourself, to accept that life is your making, and accept the creation process that is flowing through you. Please comment below what topics you'd like for me to cover in the future, and also do share this video on your social media with your family, loved ones, and leave a thumbs up and subscribe. I hope to see you in the side of light. Goodbye.